Hello, I'm Nancy Bunton, Director of Golf with the City of Fort Worth. Today I'd like to talk with you about the golf course construction that's currently underway at Rockwood. The project began on November the 2nd, 2015, and is projected to reopen for play to the public in October of 2016. Rockwood was originally opened for play in 1938, and since that time, very little improvements have been made to the course. Prior to the new design, course issues consisted of inadequate drainage and irrigation systems. The greens were the original push-up greens, and we knew a new course was necessary to attract the modern-day golfers. This all led to the need to redesign the course with new tee boxes, new greens, irrigation system, drainage system, cart paths, and many new water features on the course. Basically, this is a brand new golf course. The design of the new course was led by John Culligan of Culligan Golf Design. John and his team paid special attention to the original design by John Breedemus and retained as many of the original greens design as feasible. And now I'd like to introduce John, and he'll be discussing the design of several of the new holes.
This is John Culligan. I'll be walking you through a few of the holes just to give you some indication as to what we've done to the golf course and plan to do to the golf course to make your rounds more enjoyable. Hole number 2 will become a 537-yard par 5. It will be a very dramatic hole from both a strategic and a risk-reward standpoint. The hole will start from where the current number 2 green is located and play down current number 3 corridor. There is a fairway bunker on the left-hand side at about 300 yards, and this will set up the strategy for the incoming shot, either a layup or an attempt to make it to the green with about a 210-yard carry over the water and a 240-yard carry to the green itself. This is a photo of the existing hole. As you can see, it is very flat. There have been some drainage issues over the years. It's built in a floodplain. We're going to address the drainage problems. And then this is the picture afterwards. You can see the water guards the front of the green and the right-hand side. So the player will have the option from a strategy standpoint of either laying up short of the water and then approaching the green or going for it in 2. The third hole it plays to the same corridor as current number 4 and should be a much stronger hole than 4 is now. While the hole is only 378 yards from the back tee, there are several new strategic elements that will make this hole more memorable. There is a bunker in the middle of the fairway about 260 yards from the back tee. This will give the golfer an option of going down the right-hand side and having a short iron into the green or laying up short of the bunker with a utility club or a 3-wood. In addition, there is a fabulous view of downtown Fort Worth behind this green. As you can see, this is the existing hole number 4, and again, this will become hole number 3. You can see the great view of downtown Fort Worth in the background. And then when the hole's completed, this is the bunker in the middle that was referred to at about 260 yards, which can be laid up to, or you can play down the right-hand side for the best angle into the green. There's a little wider option on the left-hand side. But this should be one of the very dramatic golf holes, as most of the holes on the course will be, though. Hole number 7 is going to be the shortest par 4 on the course, playing at about 304 yards. The hole is in the same corridor as hole number 2, but instead of playing down the hill, we've reversed it, and it's going to play up the hill. The golfer is trying to reach the green will have to navigate about 5 bunkers on the hole. Being a short hole, this is something that shouldn't be too much of a problem for most of you. The percentage play will be to hit a utility club or long iron, leaving you with a short iron into the elevated green. The very long player could hit a driver to this green, however. So that, again, this gives you many options and many strategic opportunities. This is the hole playing backwards, looking from number 2 green up to number 2 tee, and the green will be located up in the area of number 2 tee location now. And then this is what it will look like when completed. Again, you know, an iron, mid-iron to long iron or utility club left of the bunkers on the right would be the percentage play, and then the stronger player could go for it in 2. Number 8 is a completely new hole to Rockwood. It's going to be played down the hill. There's approximately an elevation change of 40 feet. And again, this hole is going to offer some great views in the distance to Will Rogers Coliseum and Pioneer Tower. While it's really a short par 3, being from the back tees 153 yards, there's a crosswind and it's downhill, so you'll have plenty of to contend with, along with the bunkers on either side of the green and short. This again is going to be, as you can see on the as perceived slide, one of the more dramatic holes with Will Rogers and the Pioneer Tower in the background.
John, as we're moving to the back 9 now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this number 15 hole used to be the old number 2 on the Trinity Blue 9 that went away back in 2007, 2008 time period.
Exactly, Nancy. Well, the entire Blue 9 back in the day was a very strong 9, but we were able to recapture this particular hole, and we made it a little bit shorter. We backed it off to 196, which is still plenty long, but from the back tee, you know, it only plays 126 from the forward tee, so it's not as intimidating up front as it is from the back. But it is a hole that you can see, you know, it's become overgrown over the years, but you can tell where the old green used to be situated across the tributary to the river. And then our plan is to just recapture it, have a bunker on the front right that sort of guards if you will, a Sunday pin position back right. But it should prove to be, as it was before, a very attractive golf hole and one that's very interesting to play.
And I think it's important to note on this that there's only one bunker that's to the right of the new green, because this hole does play extremely long from the back, so there was really no need to add any hazards in front of this green.
Right. Okay, we'll move on to the 18th hole and the modifications that were made there. 18th is a new hole at Rockwood as well. It'll play to a length of 560 yards, play slightly uphill and into the wind, which will provide a nice test to finish the round. There are 2 fairway bunkers on the left-hand side at 250 yards and 280 yards from the back tee. The golfer has the option of laying up just short of 3 fairway bunkers that jut into the fairway from the right-hand side, or the other option is to try to fly the bunkers and get close or onto the green. The final hole, again, as all the others, has a classic Breedamus style green, and hopefully one day we'll have a new clubhouse sitting in the background.
And this picture here, John, is one of I believe that's number 10. Actually, looking, it's
in reverse.
We're in reverse right now, so we're actually on the green or to the right side of the green a little bit, looking back at the clubhouse. So this hole is actually going to play in the corridor of number 10 as well as
Right.
adding length to that as well.
And then, as I mentioned, these are the three bunkers that you can either lay up short to, or you'll have the option to carry and either get across and close to the green or onto the green. But should provide for a very exciting finish for everybody.
And I think the golfers will be pleased with the respect that we paid to the Breedamus design, or that you and your team have paid to the Breedamus design, retaining some of those design of the greens or the outlines of the greens and so forth and so on. So I know you and your team did quite a bit of research on the front end.
Right, and again, that's as you mentioned in earlier slides. It's one reason we're going to modify the golf course, is that the technology of the game has changed. People are hitting the ball further, not necessarily further straight, but left and right, and so that's why we're trying to maintain very, very generous corridors, and again, just make it something that's fun to play. Our motto is golf should be enjoyed, not endured, and we hope that everybody finds that to be true here at the Rockwood course when it's complete.